Welcome to Shirts Works. Have a push pin, thread, and on a wall is easiest. If you notice, I wrapped the thread around the push pin twice. Go ahead and add a horizon line, since we will be using linear perspective, and one vanishing point, since we're using 1 point linear perspective. The vanishing point is that dot that you see that I put in the middle. And if we were doing 2 point, there'd be 2. Horizon line is the HL next to the line. All right, so really it's important to first know how to draw a cube in linear perspective, because we'll be using that same premise of the cube to be the shape of our letters. So with 1 point, it's easy. You can just draw a cube straight on your paper and then use your thread as you would a ruler to quickly align orthogonal lines to your vanishing point. Here I'm using a red pencil, so there's no miscommunication in the lines I'm seeing, and then I'll finish it at the end in the rendering medium I want, which in this case is graphite. So start, and you can decide where it ends towards the vanishing point, and you do the same thing. You get to decide the verticality of it, and then because it's just a vertical line and then horizontal, but you get to decide the location. Then you can finish it around. Sometimes you gotta fudge a little, even with the best of us, but you end with the orthogonal lines, the only lines that really point to that vanishing point. Once you can do this, the rest is super fun and easy. I'd love for you to just check out this one I made for Shirts Works. Start with the large size rectangle and decide to create a space that you can fit your text within it. I like to break my text up in cubes, kind of how you would in printmaking, so that I know what amount of space I'm taking up for each letter. I just think that it's for better planning. I think have some fun with the lettering. It doesn't have to be blocky, it can be curvy. And I've always loved doing this for friends and family. I'd love doing their name in this text and creating drawings within it. And to add perspective always is a little extra fun. And I think that this is a way to bring some fun to the practice of learning linear perspective. Sometimes it can be very technical, but if you add in bits like this, you can have a little fun with it. Okay, so see, here's my orthogonal lines. They're all reaching for all the important bottom edges and points of my text. And you know, it's much more complex than a cube. The orthogonals aren't just reaching for 4 points. There's all sorts of points and curves and angles you need to make decisions with. But when it's somebody's name, it just seems like so worthwhile. It's fun. So I start with my red, but then I make the big decisions, the final decisions here with graphite. And you'll see I'll be finishing with a couple other mediums that bring my favorite element of art, color. So, gotta bring a little color into the mix, and you will too. All right, so then this is a neat mirroring exercise, or patterning, I guess, exercise, in which you try to get the same sort of curve or lines or ending points that you have up higher contained within the rectangle, but lower down where your orthogonal lines are, wherever you decide for the text to end. Maybe it goes all the way to the bottom. Why not? It could be like an old style movie. Fun. Okay, so now it's just about making decisions, perfecting little bits, seeing what's important, rechecking it. I was happy with it. And so now, I think I bring in a little bit of color, but you gotta wait for it. I'm obviously picking out, should it be purple? Should it be pink? Maybe I should jazz it up with some silver. Well, I think I actually decided on blue. I've been really into some vibrant blues lately. I went with a bit of a cooler blue, and these gel kind of crayons, they're so fun. And I hear that you can do this sort of thing with Vaseline too. I'm not quite sure. I don't think it's with the waxy crayons, but anyhow, this one is nice and smooth. You can blend it, and it just has this painterly effect that I like, which, you know, if I can't pull out all my paintbrushes, something like this that smooths and glides over the surface can be pretty fun. And then I had a gold paint marker that's actually seen better days, but I knew I'd be blending with this more wet medium of the gel crayon, so I was like, oh, well, your last days can be spent collaborating. Why not? And then refining it again, defining it again around the edges with my lovely blue. Deciding, shall it all the underside be this color? And then it just wasn't enough. I had to add the works. I started with my very light colored gold, and then I thought, I think I need to bring in some dry media again. So I brought in a charcoal pencil, outlined the gold, so it has a bit of a relationship to the text above it. Although it was more free-handed, I like this combination of a more rigid rule-following text along with more handwritten text. There's just something comforting to me about it. Okay, so I'm going to let you check out the rest as I start making some decisions here, connecting the two bits of imagery, and then we'll finish with the final image. And please tell me what you think. Okay, shirts works. Now what letters and names are you going to write? Thanks for joining me.